Is it going?
Oh. Speaking live with Sweetz SKYEBLUESPEAKS. This is a true story about a wretched Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health MD psychiatrist who retaliated against me for making a complaint through the LA County Department of Health complaint process. I'm telling my story live for the first time, so bear with me. But I first want to say where I'm at in my mind at this time. I am advocating that millionaires united to say no with me on behalf of LA County Department of Mental Health. No more millions of Mental Health Service Act dollars. Proposition 63, bill that was passed in November 4th, 2004. No more millions for LA County Department of Mental Health, who services over 250,000 mental health clients here in Los Angeles County. They have several service areas, 7. I happen to work in service area 2. I am a federally funded LA County employee. I work for Olive View Community Mental Health Urgent Care Center in the Silmar, California, 91342. I worked with this team starting in January of 2007. After I was trained and invested in by LA County Department of Mental Health Services Act dollars was set aside for individuals like me that were willing to come forward after having psychiatric treatment, therapy, and in my case I had 3 years of stability. I came into the department well in 2007. I identified as a psychiatric disabled client in order to help service other clients as a peer advocate, patient advocate for LA County Department of Health. I was trained through the peer advocacy training program. I graduated, I got my certificate under Dr. Berta Bradley, and also Dr. Jocelyn. My class graduated with honors. We were the happy class in 2005. I went into the department, went in to help patients, went in to help the professional mental health staff to actually bring hope, wellness, and recovery to the community of mental health clients and into the mental health community, to actually help service their families and get knowledge out there and to promote hope, wellness, and recovery. Well, I did my job. I got promoted. I worked under some of the best supervisors ever, program heads ever, and I'm very thankful for that opportunity. But only to have it sabotaged after 4 years of making no complaints ever, having no complaints brought against me because I did a fabulous job and I represented the Mental Health Services Act, Los Angeles County policies and principles, and I love the work I did. I came with empathy, compassion, and comforted all types of recovery model core principles in order to do a good job. And the thing that got me to where I am today is the, hope you can see this, is the complaint process that you go through at Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health. In my case, I made a complaint, several complaints based on incidents that happened to me in the workplace that were unsafe and inappropriate, and they were based on racial profiling, racial discrimination, and then job discrimination because I identified as a psychiatric disabled patient at the time. In order to get my job, I had to do that and honestly to tell the truth, which I had no problem. Only thing the truth is used against me. Well, anyway, as I said about the complaint process at LA County Department of Mental Health, they have a prohibited conduct retaliation policy where if someone makes a complaint in the workplace, they're to be protected and put hopefully in a safer environment, which in my case they did have. here is the complaint and the grievances that I wrote. I would just like you to see information there. These are the complaints that I wrote. I wrote this complaint starting in 2009, in November 2009. My first complaint was against the mental health director who physically attacked me and verbally and psychologically abused me. The police were called. I made a report. I was taken out of that environment and placed in a safer environment in Granada Hills. There, after my son had passed away, my firstborn son, Sky, who I named myself after him. This was in honor of my son. Okay. My son always says Sky was a living beagle. Further than that, we were beyond any type. We had a loving relationship. My son was a spokesperson and an artist. He loved the word, the written words. He was poetic. And he did justice with the lyrics and music. He was just multi-talented. May he rest in peace. But now my name is SKYEBLUESPEAKS. I named myself Miss SKYEBLUESPEAKS after my son, and my name means hope, because most of my job entails offering hope, wellness, and recovery resources, and connecting individuals that need these type of services with LA County Department of Mental Health Crisis Center in Silmar, California. So my second complaint that I was forced to make because someone called me a nappy-headed nigger. Two individuals on our end, mental health counselor, and her best friend, humanitarian, medical caseworker. Okay, I wrote the complaint, and I was hoping for continued safety in order to work in a non-hostile work environment. Then the story continues. The harassment continued. After we even moved to a brand new building, which is located in Silmar, I was a part of that team, and here's the building. LA County Department of Mental Health, Olive View Community Mental Health Urgent Care Center. We're located in Silmar, California, 91342. Phone number there is 818-485-0888. Now, after I got there, the third complaint that I had to make was involving an incident that happened on August the 8th, 2012, regarding a doctor, a psychiatrist, medical doctor, / psychiatrist. I want to go into details because it makes me cry. And right now I'm under a lot of recovery, treatment, and therapy, trying to get my life in order. But the thing is, after I made the complaint, going through the department, Los Angeles County complaint process, in hopes that they would resolve this situation and stop these horrible co-workers from harassing me any further. Enough is enough. Well, what happened? Things only got worse. Unfortunately, in management today, it's so hard to keep up with what's going on. So I say that the process here failed me again. The reason why I said that, even though I worked with the recovery model, and I worked with the Spanish-speaking and English population, I worked with great doctors there, so I'm only speaking about 1%, a minority of the people that did this to me, who committed these hate crimes, inappropriate employment discrimination violations against me. And when I wrote to them, they called me a whistleblower, and they did retaliate. And here's what really broke my heart. The story on July the 20th, 2013, I was at work, and only to discover again in this beautiful workplace, I just want to point to where I found this item. I'm going to read a little bit of information about this picture that I'm going to show you, because I want you to get the picture. I want you to understand, because if this never happened to you, you may not get it. So I really want you to get it. Okay? So basically, the program head that was there for me since he came aboard, James Coons, licensed clinical social worker, unfortunately, he was always the one, or the go-to person, where I had to make my complaints. I apologize for that, James, but I have to feel safe in a workplace where I could do my work to the best of my ability. Okay, so in July, I reported to him and I said, I'm sorry, again, I'm going to have to file another complaint. This time, again, involving retaliation issues from a doctor that I had made a complaint against August 8, 2012 for harassment, and there was just a lot of other violations that he committed against me as a human being, as a fellow co-worker. I guess it just felt safe to do this to me because I had identified as a psychiatric patient. I came in as a mental health advocate. I came in with patient experience as well as professional experience. I was trained by the very best as a paraprofessional to actually be a liaison between the patients and the professional mental health treatment staff. But anyway, let me get to this letter. This is regarding a letter of an incident that happened in the workplace on July the 20th, 2013. Please read. Please listen closely as I read. Thank you for your patience. This complaint is called 2013-0956. Complaint was made on 7/21/13 to the COP. I took the complaint to our program head, which I mentioned again, James Coons, licensed clinical social worker. Okay, he is the writer of this information here, and I'll read the best I can for you. It says, this writer received a telephone call from Sweet O. Deborah SKYEBLUESPEAKS, Blue for short, formerly called Deborah Folks, employee 52449. Ms. SKYEBLUESPEAKS, who is an African American, reported on July 20th, 2013, she was collecting the recycling from all the clinic offices as part of the clinic's recycling committee. She went into office 151 and observed a black and white 8x5 x 11 picture of who she believes is her, but her face blacked out and replaced. The picture was taped to the overhead storage desk area of the same doctor, MD, psychiatrist, she had formerly made the complaint against in 2012 on August the 8th. When this writer spoke with Ms. SKYEBLUESPEAKS, she stated that she reported the discovery to the supervisor of the day, Ms. Elizabeth Bauer. Ms. Bauer saved the picture and left it for the writer in a sealed envelope marked confidential. As the incident is taking place over the weekend, this writer had not had the opportunity to speak for Ms. Bauer. Ms. SKYEBLUESPEAKS also reports to this writer today that she believes the incident is retaliation for prior complaints filed by Ms. SKYEBLUESPEAKS. She also stated that she believes that the doctor's office mate, an RN, mental health counselor, that she had reported, who had previously referred to her as a nappy-headed nigger, There are prior COP submissions filed by Ms. SKYEBLUESPEAKS with the assistance of the writer, but the quote is new information to this writer. It is also important to note that there are heightened tensions within the program involving multiple grievances and other complaints against this writer, which has resulted in an ongoing division between multiple staff. The CEOP submission may very likely be viewed as retaliation by the reported offending parties. Okay, now that I said that, just bear with me when I show you the picture. I mean, this picture, after seeing this picture, I became so brokenhearted into a billion pieces. I just gave up hope. It was just like senseless. I said, oh, LA County, poor management. Due to poor management and failure to look into my complaints and to transfer me to a safer environment, I had to continue to endure and work in this hostile environment. And now I'm going to show you the picture that was created of me. This picture is an image of a black African-American woman in the workplace. Here, I recognize the picture because this is my former workplace when I was at the San Bernardino Valley Mental Health Clinic, working in Granada Hills before we moved to the new location, Olive View Community Mental Health Urgent Care Center in Silmar. Now I'm sitting at a round table there with my work badge on. We're having some kind of event, some kind of celebration. The thing that gets me about this picture, I had no idea that this picture was even in circulation. This picture was taken without my permission. It was circulated by this RATCHET MD psychiatrist in his retaliation campaign against me, character assassination campaign, in order for him to continue his racial discrimination and employment violations against me. But guess where? In his office. I stumbled across this picture. Who does this? This is so bizarre. This looks like some kind of terrorist hate crime here. And I know it's about me, and it's about my African American people. And it's an insult to everyone in this country that is of black African American heritage. And it's an insult to me because I work with this doctor. He blindsided me. He's smart because he's a mental health professional. And this is what he did to me. He smeared me. He has actually ruined my reputation. This ended up getting so depressed, I became suicidal. I ended up in the hospital after all this job-related LA County Department of Mental Health, mental health doctors, this crew, 1% wicked, did this to me. And so this picture is a legacy. So there is racism in America. For all those people that doubt that there's haters in America that hates people, in spite of the policies and the creeds and the codes, it still goes on. In this case, this went on behind my back. I hope you saw that picture. I hope you see the picture of me behind me. I hope you see the picture of me now that I'm in recovery with good doctors, with good psychiatrists, with good medical doctors who had me well when I first started working for the department, LA County Department of Mental Health in 2007, only for me to leave there unwell because of the hate crimes that were committed against me, the violations that were committed against me, the discrimination based on my color. They don't like black people. They did not like me as a black woman, African American. They're depicting me as some type of bizarre, I don't even know. They took my face out. They erased my face. They made me faceless. Who does that? Who does this kind of thing? They did. I would never false report. I would never ever sabotage anyone's career, honestly. I'm not a retaliator. I just made formal complaints of actual events that were happening to me over the last 3.5 years. And then when I'm so upset, because of the failure of LA County top management, Human Resource Office, failing in their compliance, they have a panel that's supposed to check into these things in order to protect the patients and the mental health workers there. And I guess they felt safe to do this to me because I was always working. I treated clients respectfully. I treated the patients respectfully. I treated my co-workers, all of them respectfully. Even after I made complaints, I focused on my job and I did my job well. I would go to work even after I had pneumonia, even after I lost my firstborn son. I continued because I took an oath almost 10 years ago to bring goodness into the world through me. And I did that. And I was professionally trained and I loved my work. And I know a lot of the mental health clients wondered what happened to me. What happened to sweet old sky blue sticks who they called blue at the center? Well, this is what happened. You could only take so much discrimination and remain silent. I tried to remain silent. I tried to go through the policies, the compliance process, and my greatest fear, the reason why I didn't want to complain in the beginning is because I didn't want to get retaliated against. And here it is. Just what I feared happened. But it doesn't only happen to me. They try to silence anyone or ruin anyone's professional career with a character assassination campaign when you don't behave the way they want you to. They were angry because I didn't join their clique. I didn't want to be a part of this cruel assassination game. I had left the world of drug addictions after being in foster homes and orphanages all my life. I had seriously turned my life around, and I'm still in recovery. Even when all this happened to me, I did not drink, I did not go back to drugs. I was sick and tired back in 2003, and I guess I got proof of that today. Even after this picture, it did not bring me down. And I will rise above the haters at LA County Department of Mental Health, especially on the Olive View Community Mental Health Urgent Care team so much. Now, what I want to say, I hope you saw the picture, but you know, this is not me. I do not look like a monkey. I do not look like a gorilla. I do not look like a pig. I am a beautiful, black, African-American woman. I love my blackness. I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be a worker. I'm even with the union, a member of SEIU 721 as a community worker. They were very supportive. I paid my dues. I came to work. I've always called in if I had any problems. I took my work to heart. My work is like my hobby. I think I gave more in my work than what they gave me in return. It's true. And that's why I'm not going to sit by and be silent about these people. Even though they're powerful and have powerful positions, I'm not going to be silent. I'm going to speak to it because this is happening not just to me, but throughout the whole state of California. Even in Napa Valley, the hospital up there, the mental health workers that are doing all the good work are being left unsafe. They're reporting and asking for extra protection. They're being told we don't have enough money because of the economy by Governor Brown. I mean, someone has to stop and really take a look at mental health. Again, it's been 10 years since 2004, since the Mental Health Proposition 63 bill was passed in California. Now, I know millions come down the pipe because millions funded this program. This is a federally funded Mental Health Services Act funded program. And to think to find preschool behavior like this from people that have gone to university, alumni, a psychiatrist MD, and his little crew of women, it's just one man and maybe about 8 women. And this is what they do because they hate their jobs, they hate their work, so they turn around and they try to target others that like their jobs and want to work. But how can you work in a hostile environment? You can't. How can I work in a hostile environment when people are in their private office making a happy hour and making fun of me and putting me down? Aren't I a part of the mental health work team? Aren't I a mental health professional as well? Aren't I entitled to protection of the policies and the rules of LA County Department of Mental Health? Is it just for the doctors? Is it just for the licensed clinical social workers? Is it just for the licensed therapists? Is it just for the people that you guys think bring in all the money? Or is it just for, is it supposed to exclude me or include me? Well, I felt that you guys felt me. You guys broke my heart when you guys did not follow through and transfer me out of that hostile environment. I don't even remember you guys even coming back to me and telling me what the results were after I made the complaint against these people. But anyway, life goes on, and I like to put a picture of the union that I'm so proud of, and I do support the SEIU 721. They are proactive for workers, especially workers working in federal funded programs throughout LA County in the state of California. So that's basically what happened to me. And now as a result of what happened to me, I just like to start my own campaign in order to continue to improve the lives of mental health clients here in California, which we have over 2 million, and throughout America, which we have over 20 million and growing. And then right here in LA County is over 250,000 uninsured, indentured, no insured. Some are insured, some are about to lose their jobs, Some are running out of insurance, and this is who we service. But I want to see services improve on both the delivery end and services improve amongst the co-workers, where we can reach and come up with positive solutions that are anti someone getting hurt like me again. This should never have happened to me once, and it should never happen to anyone else. And I suggest if anyone else has a complaint, do not be afraid of retaliation, even though they're going to retaliate. You do not remain silent. You have rights to work in a safe and healthy environment without feeling like you're going to be terrorized, mobbed, gaslighted, all these things that happened to me. There were everything, every kind of LA County DMH violation and policy, employment discrimination happened to me in that last 3.5 years. So I do remember the good years before all that happened to me. But that's when people were paying attention, there was good supervision, people at the top worked with everybody in the department, and they looked out for everybody's health and welfare, including mine. I had great years at LA County Department of Mental Health, but I would like to give a shout out to World Meta Peace. Please contact me at 818-691-4321. I would like to talk to you, and maybe you can help me get my story aired, where I can help other people, such as yourself, and become a team member of someone that really looks out for my civil rights and offer me a safe environment to work in, where I don't have to worry about doctors, nurses, people that are supposed to be my co-workers and peers sabotaging me, fostering reports against me, making up lies against me, hating on me daily. It was just like they planned this, you know. I did not sign up for that. And I feel like I've been broken in a billion pieces. Why? When I should be at work, when I should be helping, when I should be... I hadn't planned to retire until 2017. Then there's this rumor around that I resigned. I did not resign. I was forced to forcibly terminated from the Department of Mental Health because I was in the hospital, unable to take care of myself, unable to go to work, I wasn't even living in my home. They sent me floods of paperwork to my home. And in that lack of communication, I was in the hospital, fighting for my life, hanging on by a thread. Then when I get out of the hospital, I get a letter from them saying that I've been terminated. I had not signed anything, nothing. And so I'm fighting for the right to work again. I'm fighting to be reinstated fully with a promotion and to be publicly apologized by that wretched MD psychiatrist who retaliated against me, an LA County Department of Mental Health employee. Even though I know doctors are in short demand, because we do have a doctor shortage, I get that. But you don't have the right to make fun of me and make pictures like this of me. That's why I will not be silenced. To be silenced is just to allow this kind of behavior to continue to someone else. And Sweet, SKYEBLUESPEAKS applauds all of the ones, my co-workers, my peers, the doctors that train me, LA County Department of Health, the righteous, the good professionals that wouldn't take $1 or a dime because they honestly love their work. And that's the majority of the department. There's just a small circle of power tripping, wretched mental health professionals that retaliate after you make a complaint against them because they don't like you making complaints. Well, if you didn't like me making complaints, why do you behave the way you do? Why did you hate me because I was an African American black woman? Why did you hate me and discriminate against me and harass me because I was an identified psychiatric patient with a job? Why did you do all these things behind my back? Why didn't you ever write up a complaint or come to me and tell me to my face that I was a nappy-headed nigger? Why come you thought it was okay, doctor, and you know who you are, MD/psychiatrist, to make this wretched picture and have it hanging in your office place? Why? Who does this to beautiful people? Well, you did it because you thought it was safe. You thought I had no power. You thought I was just a lost cause. But there's someone up in that heavenly place, that higher power that loves me. Because how did I find the picture? I always go to my grave believing that I was led to this picture by my higher power. Because he knows that I'm a good person. I treated the patients as I was trained to treat them, and I went beyond the distance. I am a special woman, and I did not deserve this kind of treatment. Why I have to suffer because of your hang-ups with racism, with me being a woman, with my religion, with my faith. I never violated you. I never stole from you. I never took anything from you people. But you hated me anyway. You felt that it was okay to act like that because you felt like nobody would ever call you on it and you would never get caught. Now that you're caught, you're going to have to pay what they call restitutions for what you did to an innocent person like me. Sweet old Sky Blue speaks. Never hates nobody. I love my work. I love all the people that gave me an opportunity to go to work. I love my community. I campaign as an awesome mental health advocate. I go in and out of Sacramento when I'm well. And I just want to continue working on my wellness, hope, and recovery, even me. When other people try to sabotage your recovery, they don't want to see you well. Who does that? Well, I'll tell you who does that. Let me reach further. I started my own campaign. The name of my show is called Speak Live. Awesome mental health advocate, Sky Blue Speaks. Speaks. That's who you're speaking with right now. I know you never saw me before. It's my first time ever making a video to this subject. But it was so cruel what they did to me. I had to tell my story. So now this is what I say day and night. I have this ICRs that I was trained by top-notch therapists. They said identify negative things that happen to you. Challenge them with positive things, positive projects. Replace bad behavior, bad company with good company. And this is what I plan to do, is follow my ICRs. So what I'm saying and what I'm shouting out to the millionaires all over the state of California who have been a part and been so helpful with donating money, 1% of their income annually, to that beautiful, awesome Mental Health Services Act fund that was passed, Proposition 63, on November 4th of 2004. I would like to say we take unanimous effort with me and other mental health professionals and mental health clients throughout the state, which represents 2 million or more, and in the county of Los Angeles County, the second biggest county of mental health service providers in the nation, mind you, who are federally funded by Obama, who are stately funded by the Mental Health Services Act, $1 million, Millionaires Act, 1% every annual of their annual dollars comes to our services. That's how they were able to open up my program, which I'm a federally funded employee of Olive View Community Mental Health Urgent Care Center, which is a Mental Health Services Act funded program. Okay, this is what I've been saying. And my granddaughter, she just gets it so well. I hope you get it. And she's only 9. I hope you get it. Millionaires United with mental health clients throughout the state of California and mental health professionals throughout the state of California to say no more millions of Mental Health Service Act dollars to be trashed, wasted, and dumped by Los Angeles County department managers, administrators, psychiatrists that are incompetent, nurses that are incompetent, clinical social workers that are incompetent, medical caseworkers that are incompetent, heck, the business office staff incompetent, all the way through the program. You need to do a thorough investigation before you send any more money to LA County Department of Mental Health. Everything that they have taken, I say enough is enough. This is my personal pledge. Everything that LA County DMH has stolen, every mental health client that was abused, mistreated, such as myself, dumped and overbilled and left on the bridge to hopelessness and suicide these last 10 years by incompetent psychiatrists, incompetent nurses, incompetent mental health directors and administrators, and top brass district chiefs. What is that about? Okay? And their incompetent support. You know, we have some good people working in it, don't get me wrong. I was one of them. But I want to address these lazy, paycheck grabbing, incompetent money grabbers who think that the millions of dollars that the millionaires and the federal government send is their money. They act like it's their money. No, you're there to help service and provide services to the public, those in need of these services. So I witness everything that you can imagine and a few things you cannot imagine. You have to call me at 818-691-4321 where I can speak to you live. It's the name of my program right now. It's called Speaks Live with SKYEBLUESPEAKS. The reason why I'm kind of sad because I'm about to tear up because after you go through something like this, my doctor said I feel like I'm how I describe my life right now, I feel like I'm what is that, what you say, a landmine that could go off at any time. Some days, even in spite of I'm being compliant, med compliant, I'm going to the doctors, I'm doing all my healing, I'm doing everything I can to get well. Pray for me. My family has been supporting me in this hardship. I give a shout out to my baby son. He's been in my corner. He's helped me pay my rent. He's paid my telephone bill. This is Mama Stay Encouraged. You are good for me. You are our black, beautiful queen and a black spokesperson. You never hurt nobody. That's what my granddaughter said. Asia. So anyway, I just want to speak about health, and I just want to advocate that LA County Department of Mental Health be responsible and give back to the community. All those money grabbers who hate mental health patients, who hate their jobs, but they love the money. Everything that Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health, especially the MHSA Crisis County Center, the new Olive View Community Mental Health Urgent Care Center in Silmar, OVUCC, has stolen from every mental health patient. Millionaires, LAC taxpayers must pay it back for their hateful misdiagnosis, mistreatment, and overbilling and terrorist practices of unsuspecting mental health clients. God is going to have those mean, evil mental health professionals fired, including the mean, evil psychiatrists that retaliate in order to restore the hope and the wellness and the recovery and the joy and the peace and the mental health of the dreams of over 250,000 mental health clients that they service in LA County alone, here in California, who have been abused and ripped off by these minority, money-grabbing, wretched mental health professionals who retaliate once they get busted for their devious acts. Okay, so I just want to see some justice. I will not remain silent. I have to tell my story in order to keep those out there on that bridge to find hope and a place of empowerment and advocacy that really works for them, like I did before coming to work at LA County Department of Mental Health. I want you to know there are great doctors out there. There are great programs. And I suggest you sign up for Obamacare. It started October 1st, 2013. Sign up now. If you're insured, no cost, underinsured, or thinking you're going to be laid off, or thinking you're going to be fired, or thinking you're going to be retaliated against, and you need some help, please get that resource, Obamacare. It's to help you. 87% of the nation voted to pass that bill, and we shall have Obamacare for those in need. But remember, when you start signing up October the 1st, this is just a community alert from SKYEBLUESPEAKS, that you won't be able to use your card. It won't be able to activate the card until January the 1st, 2014. Remember that. But an early bird, my grandmother always used to say, catches the worm because they start early. So just get it done. Take care of yourself. And I do miss everybody that I ever worked with. And I'm still with you. I'm just in the healing fields right now from all the abuse and job-related hatred that I suffered in order to work and take care of you. But now I have to take care of myself. So I'm advocating again that millionaires, along with mental health clients, unite to say no more millions to Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health, the County of Los Angeles Mental Health Department, their psychiatrists and their psych staffs, mental health patients, millionaires, unite to say no more. You know, we can do this. We just need to do an investigation and clean house and get things right. Yeah, they called me a clean freak too. They talked about me for being clean, for God's sake. And then this is what I don't get. Somebody stole my beautiful parasol, my umbrella, out of the inventory that they were supposed to give to me. I'm in the hospital fighting for my life. They're ripping me off. These people that have the advantage point, they knew where my office were. They worked. They got keys to come in every day. These mental health professionals, they ripped me off. I can't even complain about the patients. The patients never ripped me off for anything. So anyway, justice shall prevail. So as I say again, this is Sweet Old Sky Blue Speaks, telling her true story, as she can, about the conniving, incompetent, hateful harassers, attackers that discriminated against me. They hated me because I was a black African-American woman that was being successful in her job, honored to be there, certified to be there by LA County Department of Health, training programs. They've invested so much money in me. I don't see how they could waste that money. They don't want to waste that money. They just didn't know the details of what's going on with me. So that's why I'm no longer being silent. I'm letting you know today. My therapist told me to do this to embrace the pain, to do this for empowerment, to get well, to start rethinking and healing and continue the healing process. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm uniting all the millions, 20 millions in the United States who are trying to get better diagnosis with a depression. I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder after living a lifetime in foster care in orphanages after my mother, who did not survive cancer, passed away when I was a child. But in spite of that, I went the wrong way for almost my lifetime. But in 2003, I found the way onto hope, onto healing, onto recovery. I was there to help pass the Mental Health Services Bill, Proposition 63 in California. I rallied because I thought it was going to be a good thing. But now it's 10 years out. I don't want to see another dime next July 2014 go to LA County Department of Health until things have been investigated, until things have been reformed over there, and looking out for the best interests of the mental health clients this time, not the best interests of all the people that are money and grabbing all the money up and the loot and taking it off and dumping lunches. They got angry at me because I would give a client a lunch that was paid for by your tax dollars, you millionaires. Angry at me because I'm doing my job the way I was trained. Falsely reporting against me. You're talking about a true experience of character assassination. Well, what's good now? You don't longer have to do anything behind my back. Everything's out in the open, thank God. My resurrected Jesus Christ, my Jewish Jesus. I thank you for enlightening me and embracing me and taking care of me and carrying me through this horrible time in my life right now. But I'm going to do better. I'm going to get well. In spite of this multi-million-dollar dumping system of cruel mental health treatment of overbilling over 250,000 mental health patients who depend on and need these services in order to address their suicidal and mental health depressions diagnoses. They depend on the service of Los Angeles County Millionaires United to say no or more millions to the hating Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health, not all, at 550 South Vermont Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 922. I'm trying to remain calm. I have to do my breathings that my therapist that I really love has really found to have been a joy. Mental health does work when you partner with the right mental health professionals. The alumni that go to university, that send us residents, that send us beautiful doctors, like my first doctor, Dr. Camel. I give a shout out to her. She was my Camel suit. She never played games like this. She totally cared about me. That's why I got ill before I came to work for LA County Department of Health. And you know, oh well, it's just part of the course, life's course. But I'm glad I met that woman. You know, so I know the difference between a bad psychiatrist and a wretched psychiatrist and a good, professional, honorable psychiatrist. Thank God. So anyway, my number again is 818-691-4321. This is Sweet Old Sky Blue Speaks, speaking live to you about her recent horrible case of racial discrimination, daily employment discrimination and harassment by the elite, this one little percent group, elite, who thought they were entitled to dump on me and to dump and bash mental health clients and still get paid for it. Call me and let me know how you feel about this subject at 818-691-4321. I'd like to say I love you. I have to go to my next appointment right now. I'm healing just like you are. And don't be afraid to continue getting psychiatric care. But just make sure you ask the right questions and you're getting the right answers. And you're getting the right diagnosis. And you're getting the right treatment. So I'm going to just show you the picture one more time as I say, I love you, and continue my campaign 2014. Because I just don't want to see this happen again to anyone, including myself or other professionals. I've seen so many professionals leaving in tears. They couldn't take this character assassination campaign of certain people that, I don't know what they say on the job interview. They manage to pass probation, and then once they get in the door, they start tripping. What is with that? So I will rise above LA County Department of Health haters. I just want the department to really take my case serious and look at the others that have made complaints in the process and really look at the guy that maybe has something to say to improve LA County Department Mental Health Services, such as myself. You know, do not rule us out because we're not a doctor or licensed social worker or we're non-licensed staff. Please stand up for us and do the right thing for us. That's all I'm asking. And at this time, I'm just going to say I love you to all my family, to all my supporters, and to all the millionaires out there, and to all the psychiatrists that are doing it right, and all the future psychiatrists that are graduating to come into this much needed field. We need your help. I would like to see more and more young people get into the field of mental health and healing. I'm going to try to leave with a smile on my face. But this girl is always going to be with me. I'm going to tell my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren how wicked some people can be in the workplace towards you. So they'll have heads up about the stress and they'll be prepared for racial discrimination, employment discrimination. So no secrets, no secrets, no secrets, and no silence, no silence. Thank you very much. Oh yes. World Meta Peace. You're an awesome mental health advocate. Please give me a call. I think we need to talk. I need your support. You're the greatest. I love how you came out. I worked in the lobby at Olive Urgent Care Center with your picture there every day. It gave me strength. It gave me motivation. And I even thought I was making a little hoop of playing basketball until I found out about this wretched picture and the wretched things that the psychiatrists were doing behind my back and how they hated black people, how they hated black Americans, and even Latinos. I mean, they hated me because I had a mental health disability. But I did not ever lie about it. I took the job on my interview. I told nothing but the truth. And I thank the department for hiring me, even in spite of my mental health disability background. But when I went there, I was coping, I was compliant, and compliant everything as I am again today. We all have breaks, even the wealthiest of us, even the wealthiest and richest of us. We all go through moments of sickness and relapse. But I did not relapse back on drugs because I was truly sick and tired of that. And I'll never be a retaliator or a hater. Please give me a call at 818-691-4321 so I can speak to you live and tell you more details because this case is interesting. to talk to one person at a time. I plan to talk to millions for the rest of my life in order to improve the quality of mental health patients. Make sure they get the right kind of treatment and the right kind of services. That's all I want. And my job back. Thank you. Signing off right now. Sweet. SKYEBLUESPEAKS. You can call me Blue for short, as long as you're not a hater. Thank you, or a retaliator, or a discriminator. Thank you so much for listening. And you see that cute girl in the back? Isn't she beautiful? I just love that woman right there. I love that woman. She is so strong. She has gone through a lot, only because of her higher power. And I'm going to say my favorite prayer. It's gotten me beyond the Senate, gotten me beyond injustices such as this. The serenity prayer, quote, quote. I always ask, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage and also the encouragement to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I just want to give an L out on behalf of lupus awareness and the cure for lupus. This disease is affecting African American women, Asian women, men. We want to find a cure. I support the Purple Rose Foundation, and I support all those survivors that are out there campaigning and bringing this lupus to the attention of millions and millions of people around the world so we can find a cure. Throw your L's up. I'm learning. Hope I got that right. I'm new at this, but I support you. Love you. Bye. See, I got on my purple bracelets for the L's. Yeah, I got on my purple bracelets for the Rose Foundation. Yeah, I got that bracelet and the butterflies. Thank you. This is Sweet Old SKYEBLUESPEAKS, and have a sweet day. Thank you so much for listening.